Thank you for joining us again as we continue to celebrate our museum volunteers. Today's episode will be all about the Flight Education Program instructors, and you'll meet them and hopefully learn at least one thing about each of their assigned areas. Some of our volunteers wear many hats, and in fact, you've already met 5 of our Flight Education Program instructors while we were doing the videos about the restoration teams. So today you'll meet the remaining ones. We will start with the program coordinator, and we will end with a message from a grade 6 class that came to visit the museum as part of the Flight Education Program this past winter. So let's get started.
Hi, my name is Gord Morse. I'm a volunteer here at the Greenwood Military Aviation Museum. I started here, I think it was about 6 years ago or so, with a fellow by the name of Lloyd Graham, who actually started this program, which we're going to talk about, which is the Flight Education Program. I became Lloyd's understudy, and unfortunately we lost Lloyd a couple of years back, and so I have taken over the coordination duties from Lloyd. We have a number of Valley schools, grade 6 classes that come and visit us every year. 6 to 8 schools and some special groups as well, in which they learn about the, among other things, inherit the forces of flight and basic aerodynamics, and they get a chance to actually fly a simulator, which they all seem to enjoy very, very much. The program's been very successful. Once it got started in the early 2000s, 2002 or somewhere in that area, we've had over 10,000 school kids come through our program, which is pretty remarkable. I mean, even when we think about it, wow, 10,000, and we're still going strong. We expect to get well over 500 kids again this season. My own background, I'm a civilian pilot, commercial multi-engine instrument rated pilot. I never did get a chance to fly in the Air Force, which was my dream. Medical reasons kind of held me back in that regard, but I did manage to do a fair amount of flying in the civilian area. And that pretty much is it as far as I'm concerned, and we really all enjoy presenting this for the kids. Thank you very much.
My name is Carl West, and I volunteer here at the museum. I spent 35 years in the area as a local teacher and school administrator, and is very interested and connected with 14 Wing. I played in the wing band for the past 20 years, and I was named an honorary colonel with the 14 Mission Support Squadron for 3 years. I do the history section of the museum, and I do that because I grew up in the area, I know the area, and know the history of how this went from Orchard to the largest Air Force base in eastern Canada. Fun fact, which not everyone would think is fun, but I was absolutely fascinated to learn and to get to visit, that there's a very tiny old graveyard that is just out by the runway that was preserved when the base was built. So welcome to 14 Wing, welcome to 14 Wing Museum, and enjoy your visit.
Hey, my name is Jeff Durling. I'm a flight engineer in the Canadian Armed Forces. I work on the CH-149 Cormorant here in Greenwood, Nova Scotia, and I'm the hoist operator on the aircraft. I've been on this aircraft for 7 years now. Before that, I was an engine tech on the F-18 in Cold Lake for 6 years. And all in total, I've been in the military for 17 years now. This is my 2nd year at the Greenwood Museum, helping teach the local grade 6 students on helicopters and search and rescue operations. One little fun fact I like to share with the kids is gyroscopic precession is a force that is on a rotating mass, and I like to show them with my top on what that is.
Hi, my name is Rick Lindsay. I'm a retired avian technician of 39 years in the military. Worked here at the museum for approximately 6 years. I teach the search and rescue on the parachute side of the house. And just a little fun fact about parachutes is not only does the SAR-Techs use them for a lifeline, they also use it as home shelters.
Good day and welcome to the Greenwood Military Aviation Museum's engine bay. Today we're going to show you the R3350 turbo compound engine. But before we start, I'm Robert Johnson. I'm a retired aero engine technician, and I've been 25 years as a volunteer with this museum. This engine is an air-cooled engine that was used on the Argus long-range patrol aircraft. It produced about 3,750 horsepower. It had a lot of gumption to it. We'll show you how it works.
My name is Walt Crocker. I'm a retired Air Force pilot. Been retired for a number of years. I had spent 22 years in the Air Force as a pilot, and I'm now a volunteer here at the museum in Greenwood. I have flown the CF-100 aircraft way back in the 60s, the T-33, the Tracker aircraft, the Argus, the Aurora, and now I'm here as an instructor at the museum. This is a Rolls-Royce jet engine that was developed back in the 50s. It was in that T-33 trailer that I mentioned a few minutes ago. This engine is one moving part and relies on thrust for its propulsion, as compared to the old piston engines, which were very cumbersome and a lot to go around. I really come in here to volunteer my time with the children. Come in from the basic schools in the area and learn something about flying and the history of aviation and the Second World War, and base here at Greenwood, and whatever else we can tell them that you don't know. It's very rewarding to be able to do that. Thank you.
My name is Bob Amos. I'm a retired navigator with approximately 55 hours of flying. I've been working in the museum for about 7 years. I primarily teach the Argus tactical trainer, and it's very rewarding. I find the kids can ask different questions, and I have to follow up and get answers to them. The one thing I try to impress on them is that this position here is the TAC nav. He's the guy that controls everything on the ship, on the aircraft when we're flying. And it can be really rewarding. We had a case when we were tracking a submarine. I said, let's close it up. So we dropped some boys close together. As the submarine came through, it came louder and louder and louder and louder. And they said, oh, he's going to hit the boy. And he apparently hit the boy because of a scraping noise. And then the boy went silent. So what happened? The boy caught the Soviet submarine, got on something on the submarine, and then went dead. So he ended up with one of our sonobuoys floating around on him for a long ways. That's it.
My name is Dan Calnan, retired ASOP, 35 years in the Air Force. I've been a volunteer now for approximately a month, and I'll be in the TAC compartment of the Argus. And I have 2,500 hours on the Argus and 2,500 on Auroras, mixed bag, and 1,800 hours on Sea Kings.
My name's Bob McKelman. I'm a retired Argus and Aurora pilot, and I've been working with the museum on this flight ed program since the very beginning, approximately 20 years ago. My area of instruction is normally the ejection seat and the torpedo. Sort of an interesting fact about the torpedo has counter-rotating propellers, and they're counter-rotating because of the gyroscopic effect. If there's only one propeller, it would want to do a big circle. By counter-rotating it, it forces it to go in a straight line. And that's about it.
We are the grade 6s from Kings County Academy, and we'd like to wish the Royal Canadian Air Force
a happy National Volunteer Week!
So that's all for our Flight Education Program instructors. The next episode will cover the remaining volunteers, And they are the people who carry out unique jobs that are essential for the good functioning of the museum. So we'll see you soon.